Welcome to another edition of Octagon Circles and Squares, an NBC Sports podcast covering the cage, the mat, and the ring. I'm your host, Steven D'Agostino, and this week we are covering UFC 307. A lot of big names on that card, and one of them stops by to chat the event with us. That's Kayla Harrison, two-time Olympic Gold Medalist, Bantamweight contender. She's going to talk her fight, as well as that co-main event and the main event. That's coming up in a second, but first, get your day started with Bet the Edge. Jay Croucher and Drew Dinsick have all your betting needs covered, from MLB, NFL, college football, and more. The episodes drop every weekday at 6 a.m. Eastern. Whether you're targeting spreads and totals, circling player props, or looking for value in futures markets, they have it all. Well, Kayla, thanks for joining us. I know you're in the middle of a weight cut, right in the middle of fight week here. Second fight in the UFC, but it seems like you've been in the organization forever, just with how high profile you are, how much we've been so excited to see you fight. What have you taken away from that debut, and what things have you learned that you're taking with you into this second UFC appearance?
Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying the journey. I feel like I'm in the right place at the right time, doing the right things, and I believe that this is my path. And I just keep putting one foot in front of the other, trusting God, trusting my team, and giving my all, and seeing where we wind up.
I know that drop to bantamweight in the first fight seemed tricky. I mean, it didn't look that tricky. Your performance was great. How's the cut been going this time? And is it easier than last fight, and any harder? How's it been this time around?
Yeah, I mean, I think I signed the contract as really much a leap of faith, and I hadn't weighed 135 pounds since I was 16 years old. So it was a different kind of fear going into it, like, can I do this? And this time around, it was more of a fear of like, oh, I have to do this again. But I'm ahead of schedule. My weight is, already 1.5 pounds lighter than I was last time. So I feel good. Just did a workout this morning, came back talking to all you guys, gonna eat a little bit, go to the press conference, talk some shit, and go cut that weight.
I know your grappling background, like, judo players, wrestlers, probably used to that weight cut. So I'm sure there's had to dig deep in the bag for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I never really cut weight in judo. I competed at 170 pounds. So this is a first for me.
How has it been with the altitude? Has that been a factor at all? I know that you mentioned you had a tent from Dustin in the past. Is it playing any factor in your weight cut or preparation?
No, I feel great. Honestly, you hear different things like, oh, go out 3 weeks early. Like, so we used the altitude tent. We came out 2 weeks early, and I feel great. I think I was made for the mountains. I think that I just breathe easier here than in the swamp.
As opposed to South Florida down there in Coconut Creek, it gets a little humid. Your opponent, Ketlen, tough grappling background as well. Maybe not multiple-time Olympic gold medalist, good, but certainly some credentials to her name. What kind of challenges is she bringing and that you have to respect? And then inversely, what are the holes in her game that you're looking to exploit Saturday night?
Yeah, listen, everyone's tough until you beat them. I respect all of my opponents. I respect her ability. There's a reason we get in the cage and lock the door. I do think she's a very well-rounded fighter, good striking, good grappling, black belt in judo, black belt in jiu-jitsu. Big, strong. I just think that I'm better. I think I'm better everywhere. I think I'm bigger, faster, stronger, more powerful. I think I'm a better grappler. I think my striking is better, and I'm going to dictate the fight, and it's going to be a long night for Ketlen.
You guys have a common opponent in Holly. Did you watch any tape from their fight previously? Or is it kind of, like, I'm going to fight my game anyway, it doesn't really matter?
Yeah, no, of course, my team does a lot of studying and breaking down of opponents and game planning. And so we did our due diligence. We're prepared. We're ready for it. Yeah.
Speaking of common opponents, Ketlen does have a bout against Rocky. Is there like an extra incentive to maybe finish this one with style points, knowing that, the woman holding the belt, knows about Ketlen, and, that was a pretty close split decision win for her, going out there and beating her with an exclamation point. Is that an extra incentive there, knowing that she has a pass with her?
No, I mean, I'm just going to go out and do my thing. The goal is to win. Obviously, the goal is to win by KO, TKO, submission. But I'm having fun. I'm doing my thing. I'm in my lane. I'm not really thinking about anything besides just doing me.
I know you're not thinking too much further beyond Saturday night, but immediately after, there is the co-main event with Rocky and Peña. I mean, are we going to expect maybe a call out? Will you be in the arena? What are you looking forward to seeing in that co-main event? In your
I mean, I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to be a close fight between them. So, yeah, I would love the opportunity to watch it and to see what happens. I hope that I'm next for that fight, but we all got to go out and do our jobs on Saturday night and then take it from there.
Speaking of the co-main, the main event's also huge. I know you and Chama have trained a little bit. What are your predictions for the main event with your guy there fighting for the title?
No, Alex has become a good friend of mine. You know, he also is at the highest level of his sport, and 2 division champion, chose to come over here and try out this crazy MMA thing. And so we kind of have that bond, I think, and that similar mentality. Like, we love a challenge. We love pushing ourselves. And I think he's going to go out there and handle business. His confidence is at an all-time high. His fight IQ is getting better and better. His grappling is, you know, I think people he doesn't have to use it so people never see it. Very similar to my striking. Like, I don't have to use it so people never see it. And I think fans are going to be in for a treat Saturday night.
This interview is for NBC Sports. Obviously, we love the Olympics here, so we have to ask a few about some of your accolades in that regard. You know, what with your judo, Olympic judo background, like, how much did that influence you and play into taking this next step, and how important was it in your career to have those medals in your bag?
Yeah, I mean, I just owe, you know, I owe everything that I have been able to accomplish in MMA to judo and my background, and not just the medals, but the journey to getting there, who I became, who I met, the people who were there, you know, changed me, changed my life, and made me into the woman I am today, and made me the strong, confident killer that I am. And I'm grateful for everything that judo has given me. The Olympic gold medals obviously give you a different level of prestige. You know, not many people can say they're a 2-time Olympic champion. That still means a lot. And it's good. Also helps with the checks, you know.
Yeah.
You don't get paid so much to be an Olympic athlete. So it definitely, having the gold medals in your back pocket helps later on in your MMA career.
One last question. Just given your 2 Olympic gold medals and you're in the hunt for UFC gold, you know, what would it mean to have that belt wrapped around your waist, given that you already have so many medals in the trophy case?
Yeah, I think it'll be a great night. I'm very much looking forward to it. I'm not sure where it'll rank in my life. I've changed a lot. I've changed a lot since I was Olympic champion. You know, I used to always be like, oh, I'll be happy when I have a gold medal. I'll be happy when I get another gold medal. I'll be happy when I have $1 million. I'll be happy when I am world champion. I'll be happy when I'm UFC champion. And the goal doesn't change. You know, I want to be UFC champion. Excuse me. But the journey is the reward. Like, I wake up every day. I chase a dream. I'm raising 2 beautiful, healthy children. I'm blessed to be around, in my opinion, the best team in the world. Yeah, I'm living the dream, and the journey is the reward. Even the hard stuff, even the weight cut, even the fear, even the uncertainty, like, it's all molding me and shaping me into a better version of myself every day. And so I'm grateful for it all. I'm humbled by it all. And I just hope I do it in a worthy fashion.
In the new Peacock Original Fight Night, schemers, dreamers, hustlers, and high rollers collide over $1 million heist on the night of Muhammad Ali's historic 1970 comeback fight in Atlanta. Starring Kevin Hart, Don Cheadle, and Samuel L. Jackson, Fight Night is streaming now only on Peacock. That'll do it for this week's edition of Octagon Circles and Squares. Please enjoy the fights. We'll see you next time.